darlings, welcome back to my makeup garden. It's Liz. So we're going to get ready with me today. I have the sister to sister collection from Dede Signature here, which is this palette here. That's called the Blooming Basket. I don't know why I just did that. I don't know why I couldn't have just closed the lid. So we have that, and then we also have this Taste of Guava Quad. So we're going to use these together. I'm not a quad person, but I saw this and I was like, look at the colors, look how beautiful they are. And then I look at it, like the more I look at it, they're like, I'm never going to use that by itself. It is always going to be a companion piece, but it's a good companion piece for the palette. So we're gonna do a get ready with me using both of those. So hi darlings, welcome back. It's Liz. Let's put some lip oil on first because these lips are feeling a little parched. They're feeling a bit dry. So I gotta say, I really hate the applicator on this. It's like it's too curved. It's almost like it's so curved that it doesn't get enough product or it gets too much product. It's very annoying. This is the e.l.f. one. It's like this is too severe. Straighten out a little. Anyway, darlings, hello and welcome back. I want to play with these. So I usually do my eyes first. So we're going to do that. I did put, I have green eyeshadow on my other eye. I did put some moisturizer underneath my eyes. But did I neglect the rest of my face? Yes. And that's because there's a reason. I am going to use the AboutFace foundation today. And I do notice that wow, that just wobbled a lot. I do notice that it leaves my skin looking very radiant, but it doesn't get oily, but it almost looks oily. But when you touch it, it doesn't feel oily. I don't know how to describe that. I like the foundation. We're going to use it, but I do want to dig in to this. So I'm not sure which direction I kind of want to go with it. I kind of want to do the purples just because I just like purples, but I really want to just do these. So I kind of want to use these. So let's do it. Let me grab a brush. I think all of my favorite brushes are dirty right now because I have been neglecting them. So let's go into this one and we're going to put that, the shade Grape. Why is that called Grapevine? And I just noticed that. Why is that Grapevine? So I was trying to find out more information about this company, right? This is Dede Signature, and they're a small indie brand. I think it's owned by a person of color. And I went to their website, and there is no FAQ. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, sometimes there's like an about me or an about this company. And I was like, okay, cool. Nope, there's not one of those on their website, which is a little confusing because I was like, okay, well, I want to learn. I want to learn about the company as a whole and kind of, you know, find a little bit. And I didn't find any. And then I went on their Instagram and I was like, okay, well, let me look on Instagram. Maybe they have like a highlight or something, you know, something like that. Nope. So they're kind of a mystery to me. I do know it's owned by like a family because I guess the owner's daughter came up with a line of, there is an eyelash on my, excuse you. The owner's daughter came up with a line of kid-safe lip glosses, which is actually really cool. I'm tempted to try those because my little happens to really love lip gloss. But yeah, that's the information I found. I think it's interesting. I thought that it might be cool to do like, not really a deep dive, because I don't really do a lot of deep dives or anything, you know. But I thought it would be interesting to kind of talk about, because, you know, this happens a lot in the indie brand community, right? Where like, yeah, indie brand, all right, that's amazing. But then you don't really know anything about the people who are behind it, right? So I thought it might be interesting to kind of do a deep dive on like indie brands and their owners. And I'm not saying like, I don't want to know what they had for breakfast or like, you know, if their dog needs medication. Like not that kind of deep dive, you know, But I thought it would be interesting just to kind of get to know some indie brands. I haven't seen a lot of content that way, where you get to know an indie brand and the owner behind it, because that's one of the perks of indie brands, right? Indie brands are a smaller community. It's a smaller business normally. It's, you know, it's not usually owned by, well, in order to be an indie brand, it's not owned by a conglomerate, right? It's independent of that. But, hence the name indie. But I thought it would be interesting to just kind of do a deep dive. So if that's something that you would want to see, please comment and tell me, because it's something I'm very seriously considering, like trying to put together, like maybe coming up with a questionnaire to send out to the brand owners if they have time. You know, it would be nice to kind of get to know a little bit, you know? I think that personalization from brands is kind of what draws people in to supporting indie brand. Like, people want to support small businesses, right? All right, let me go into this one. So don't mind my Band-Aid. Like a dumbass, I cut my finger earlier because I was being unsafe with a paring knife. It was a poor life choice. Okay, look how fun that color is. Can you imagine like this all over the lid with like just a huge sweep of like gold liner? That would be, that sounds, I might have to do that. It's a great color. This is called Forget Me Nots. So I was thinking something along that line in terms of content would be really kind of fun to do. So I'm very seriously considering that. I'm always looking for like, okay, things that I see that, you know, I have not seen. I haven't seen anybody doing that. So just thought it would be an interesting place. This shade though is very cute. I'm using a BK 203, by the way, in case you were curious. All right. I immediately love how pigmented this like electric kind of blue is. Is this what color a forget-me-not is? Maybe I'll here's a picture of a forget-me-not. Does that work? I don't know. I don't know what it looks like right now, so I will put a picture of one there so that you know. I like this color a lot. Here's the deal. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that quad into this look. Maybe I'll use this green on the lid. But here's the deal. This green and the shade Honeydew. Nope, completely different. Okay. Ooh, this green might be a really good segue, actually. So I was looking at their quads, and I feel like I'm not somebody who loves quads, okay? But the collector's mindset in me was like, maybe I should pick up a few of the quads, you know, if I see a good sale on them or something, and then put them in a 12 pan together so that they're all together, because I don't actually love the format of a quad. I'm not somebody who only likes to use 4 shades in a look, but I like their color stories. There's one that has like this really deep eggplant color and like this mustardy brownish yellow, and I was like, oh, I like that one. So I'm considering that. It seems silly. It's stupid. You know, I could just get singles, but why would I do that? Actually, honestly, I need to be on a no buy for eyeshadow. I have like a whole stack. Actually, if Levi stays asleep, I will try to film that immediately after this. I keep procrastinating with my shame pile, and the palette I was waiting on like arrived. So I was like, okay, I should just do that now. This is really pretty. I'm sorry if I'm not looking into the camera. I'm looking down at the mirror here, and that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. So anyway, I was thinking about doing a deep dive, and I have been trying to dig into my collection a little bit more. I'm going to start doing a get ready with me every week using older palettes in my collection, whether they're available or not. That doesn't really apply to me. I'm an enthusiast. I am a collector, if you will. I'm not a professional. So I don't have to only use the new releases and then neglect everything else, which is, you know, kind of wasteful, but I figure if I have it in my collection and I use it, you guys see me use my makeup, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, I like this color a lot. I think that those two colors blended out really beautifully together. I'm actually very excited. I think it looks really nice. Good job, me. But also, sometimes blues like this electric type blue, sometimes I find them to be a little disappointing. And this did not disappoint me. So far, I really like their matte formula. You know, I don't do a lot of all matte looks, but I always use mattes in my shimmer looks. There are the occasional all shimmer look, but I really do use my mattes, and I think it's beautiful. Look at it. But yeah, so that's what we've got going on. So I was thinking a deep dive into my indie brand, and then I need to do, I'm going to start researching a single ingredient in skincare, and I'm going to do a series on that. I talked about that a while ago, and lately with family obligations and stuff like that, I really have not made time for it. But like, I want to be able to look at an ingredient list and go, oh, watermelon seed extract. I know what that's supposed to do, or what it claims to do. And do that. And I'm sure people have done deep dives like that before. But it's not about other people. It's about me, and selfishly, and learning about those things for myself. Okay, we're going to go into this shade here from the Quad. And the Quad doesn't have names for the shades. I don't know if this is magnetic or not. It might be. I don't know if there's a shade name on the back. But we're just going to do this shade. It's really pretty. So, all right. I'm going to try this with a brush. I have put this on with my finger and found it to be absolutely stunning. But I rarely reach for a brush for this kind of thing. So let me see if I can get close to the color payoff I want. Here's the deal. I always feel like I use more product when I use a brush than if I just used my finger, you know? Look how beautiful that is. Ooh, I like it. I think it's very pretty. Very pretty. Very pretty. I don't know why I just gained an accent. I guess, I myself am strange and unusual. All right. And this is a Divina brush. This is a D107. So, okay. I think that shade is very pretty. Let me see what it looks like with my finger, because you guys know I always prefer it with my finger anyway. It's kind of how it is. Yeah, that's really pretty. It is shifty. It's got like, I would say this is probably at least a trichrome, you know, which I would put that in the multi-chrome territory, because it's got like blue and purple and green shifts, which is, it's cool. Oh yeah, look how much more vibrant that is with your finger, right? It's because that density, you're not losing any in the brush, you know? Very pretty, very pretty. Okay, so I like this. I like this a lot. Man, I am very happy with my purchase, and it wasn't even that expensive. I think the quad is like, the quads are like $16, I think. They were like $16.99, something like that. Good thing I did not do the rest of my makeup yet. This is why I do my eyeshadow first, because your girl is, she messy. So it was like 16 something, I think, for the quad, but they did have a bundle with the eyeshadow palette. I think the eyeshadow palette was like 30 for 12 pans, 30 something, 32 for like 12 pans. So, all right. This is lovely. Absolutely lovely. I just keep wanting to put this sparkle on even more, but I shouldn't put any more on because I don't want it to be heavy, you know? That is very nice. Okay, let's put some mascara on. Do I want to curl my lashes? Do I? I guess I should, huh? I like this. I really like the first couple of looks that I made with it. I was like, look how cute I am. And that feeling has not gone away. So, okay, what happened is right now on the right side, my right of the desk, I have a lot of stuff piled up because I have to put some stuff away, and your girl just keeps knocking shit over. All right, let's curl these lashes. All right, so I recently did a build a palette with Deandra Irene from Divina Cosmetics. So that's live on my channel now. It's already on there. But yeah, I really enjoyed the process of that. It's not content that I'm going to make all the time, but I think once a month I'm going to try to go through my singles. And since I seem to be acquiring more singles, because I may have ordered a few singles, not a lot, but a few. So I seem to be gravitating towards that a little bit. So I think I'm going to do once a month, I'm going to do a build a palette series. And I'm just going to try to use that palette throughout the month. Look how, see the difference? I'm still using this IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. It is very much on borrowed time. Very much on borrowed time. Because it's been like, we're at or about the 3-month mark. But I do notice changes in the formula. So we're at or about the 3-month mark. And I do notice that the formula itself is getting thicker. It's starting to dry out a little bit. And it is thickening up. And it is more prone to clumping, even though I have cleaned off the brush a few times. It's definitely more prone to clumping than it was initially. Now, the density of the formula or the thickness of the formula right now is actually what I like. It was too runny in the beginning. This mascara is it's almost like you need to open it and like open it and then let it get some air in there and then just close it up and let it sit for like a month. I have a Band-Aid on my finger and it's making it very challenging holding onto this wand. It's a good thing that I didn't already do my makeup. So this mascara is nice. Would I pay full price for this again? Probably not, honestly. Like, it's nice, but it's not like my favorite mascara ever, I think. It reminds me of another one, but it's like a wetter version of what, like volume and lengthwise. It reminds me a little bit of Lash Paradise. But it's like a wetter formula of that. And I don't love how wet it is. Okay. I think that's a good coat. Okay, let's close that up. All right, so what do we want to do next? I guess I should start on my base. So I haven't been wearing makeup every day. I do like that. I just want to take a moment and stare at my reflection. So, all right, go. She is looking cute. Anytime I wear blue eyeshadow, I always feel really self-conscious because like blue has a tendency to make my eyes look yellow. And I was like, I promise I'm not jaundiced. It's just you can see the yellow in my eyes more because of color theory. But anytime I wear like blue or purple, if I don't like incorporate some other color on the waterline or, oops, okay, well, we'll deal with that in a minute. I feel like it makes everything look different. You know what I mean? Like I can see the yellow in my, oh, went too high with that. The yellow in my eyes with it. And I was like, I'm not jaundiced. My liver enzymes are fine. Okay. That is on. Do I want to put concealer on? No, I don't. I haven't been wanting to wear concealer. It's not hot here. It's been comfortable actually. And I just haven't wanted to do it, you know? Just like, nah, I'm good right there. This really is a good color match for me. At first I wasn't sure, but it is. It's a good, like, look how see how it disappeared? It's a good color match for me. Like I said, I like this formula. I like this formula a lot better though when I set it down. I don't love it when it's not set down, but I do like the overall coverage, and I have not dipped it back in, by the way. Just trying to get everything off my brush. I always worry that I'm gonna have like weird buildup on my brush, you know, like I don't know. So I'm curious what how this is gonna last in terms of like how long this bottle is gonna last me, because I don't feel like I use a lot of it when I'm like putting it on my face. I don't feel like a lot of product is going on my face, which is nice. I don't like heaviness. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. One, because I don't know where my other one is. And two, I haven't used it in a while, and I don't even know if I like it for foundation. I can't remember. So let's go in here. Doop, 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 doop. But yeah, so I have really enjoyed wearing it though, but I do definitely like it better with powder. And I like to spread it around with the brush, and then I like to tap it in with a beauty sponge. So I think there's too much product on my forehead, but that's all right. We'll deal with it. Okay, perfecto. So yeah, anyway, what kind of media are you guys ingesting these days? I don't mean like actually eating, of course, but like, are you watching these days? Because I've noticed a trend with TikTokers and with Instagram creators who do reels predominantly. I've noticed a trend that they're coming to YouTube. There's a kind of a shift happening, kind of away from short form content and more into like long form. And how do you guys feel about that? I personally, like, I love long form content. And as somebody who watches beauty content as well as creates it, I think it's really interesting to kind of see that shift of people going from shorter form to like generating long form. And I'm curious what you as the audience feel about it, because for one, I'm here for it, but I think there is this thing with short form beauty content, right? There's like this almost lack of information because it's not required. So like when you're doing short form, you have what, 30 seconds to like a minute really, to talk about like key points in the product, right? But are you even understanding them? Like, do you understand what you even just said? Or is it a talking point from the PR of the brand? You know, I don't know. I have questions. So long form is more work. I personally think it's more rewarding. Like, I enjoy doing long form content. Did I take that up high enough? I think so, but look how nice that looks. Well, I think it looks nice. All right, let me grab a blush. Do I want to use a cream blush? Sure. Sorry. My desk is like a pull-out, like a computer desk. It has like the tray where you pull the keyboard out. I've never had a keyboard on this thing. Honey thief. The orange, I think the orange would contrast. Let's go. Let us go pink sand. Pink sand. I should move some other cream blushes into this area so that I can use them, but I haven't wanted to. I've really enjoyed just using these. I'm starting to see some like good brush indentations, but no actual it's like the product that never ends, you know? So, okay, do that. So I think it's interesting though, getting back to my previous point before I completely go off the rails, seeing these other creators kind of move into this space and just kind of watching them adjust. I've seen a lot of like rehashed content, and if you guys like beauty type like podcasts or like content, I really like The Beautiful and Bothered, but it's Johnny Ross and I'm blanking on the other one. But I see them moving towards, like, he's moved more towards long form content, and I really enjoy his content, honestly. I think he's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I was trying to be like diplomatic, but I think they can be like overly judgmental and almost crass, but I do value their opinion, like him and his partner, and I'm so sorry, I'm just blanking on his name. But but I really enjoy, it's very entertaining. You know, I find them very, very funny and very smart. And they're also like industry professionals. They've been like makeup artists for like, you know, a decade, but sometimes when they talk, it almost seems like they don't value they don't value anyone else in this space if they're not a makeup professional. And I think that's an interesting point. Like, I'm not a makeup professional, right? I don't ever claim to be. I never will claim to be, because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just me hanging out in my house doing some makeup. But sometimes when they talk, I'm like, it almost seems like anybody who's not a makeup artist is not welcome to do any kind of beauty content online. And I think that's a matter of preference for material. You know what I mean? Like, it's a matter of preference. It's one thing for a creator to be like, this is how I do mine. And if you like how my makeup looks, great. This is how I do it. But I think it's another if you present yourself as a professional when you're not. And I think that's a difference of like negligence, honestly. Like, I would never claim to be a makeup artist or like, you have to do this way or you whatever. Never. No, that's not me. That's not me. Look how beautiful my complexion looks. Right? I know. I've been very impressed with this AboutFace foundation. I have. Okay. Let's get some other bronzy. Do I want to use a blush palette? I do. Let me grab my Lunar. Well, here's the deal. I don't need to set this down. I think it looks really pretty, but I do want to put some powder under my eye, and that's maybe what I'm thinking. Let me grab my cherry powder from Huda. And then we'll finish the eyes. Because I think I definitely want something on the inner corner. I got to do something with my brows. I don't know what to do with my brows. Does anybody know what to do with their brows? I'm not going back to the block brows, but okay, I'm grabbing my Huda cherry powder. I like this a lot. I'm not much of a powder girl, but I do really like this powder. So, good job, Huda. All right, look how beautiful the cheek looks. Oh, see, it's not hot today, so I don't have to really worry about like setting down the rest of it. Maybe my chin, because I do notice my chin starts to look too dewy after a couple of hours, but everything else looks good. All right, let's do something with my brows. I have to. At the very least, I need to brush them up or something, you know, like tame them just slightly. Okay. I'm almost at the point. Here's the deal. I want to go and do like the Benefit brow bar thing again, because I really enjoyed how my brows looked after that, and they were like no work. You pay for it though. Like, you pay, I think it was like $60, but they're done for like a month basically, where they tint them. And listen, I'm brave, but I'm not brave enough to tint my brows at home. I sure enough am not. Nope. That is not my life. Because I would be the person for sure that would I'm using this ABH brow pencil. I would for sure be the person who would like touch their face and then end up with like a thumbprint of the box dye on their face for like, you know, I don't know, until I could scrub it off with lemon juice or whatever that hack is for removing stuff, you know. But I like this complexion though. I look very cute. Oh man, I am just feeling myself today. And oh so humble. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting topic of conversation. There's almost like, okay, so when I was in my I'm 37, and when I was in my 20s, I felt like, and this is like, you know, before and during the influencer era on YouTube, where huge influencers became like household names. And before that, there was always like, for me anyway, as somebody who didn't do a lot with makeup, who was kind of on the outside of that community looking in. And I appreciated like being in my 20s, and there was like this attitude of almost like snobbery in the makeup community. And like, I mean like the makeup community as in from makeup artists, right? There was not really a presence of like smaller creators. There was not like, you know, the everyday person just doing their makeup online. Like those were not people that I saw physically in, not physically, but I saw in the space. They weren't, it wasn't, I just dropped it. It wasn't accessible like that. So I value that accessibility because it was me watching smaller, sorry, I'm trying to grab things that are too far away. It was me watching smaller creators that really like ended up sparking a passion for makeup, like watching everyday people do their makeup. That is what ended up calling me more into doing stuff like this. Okay, I'm gonna grab this brush. I kind of want to add like this little pop of pink here in the inner corner of my eye. And then I figure I'll do something on my lower lash line. I don't know. We'll see. But it was those things that really sparked a passion. I started learning about makeup in order to feel more qualified to sell unique because of the snobbery. And I don't sell anymore, but like, that's why I started. And then I really found like indie makeup and smaller creators who were using indie makeup on YouTube. And then like, it just kind of went from there. And I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm grateful that the veil of snobbery had lifted because it felt unapproachable before. And I think that as there are more creators and there is more diversity in the beauty space, online especially, seeing people with those like that bias or that snobbery, it becomes less appealing. Like it becomes less appealing for me anyway. If there's something precise or something that I need like an expert in, that's when I flock to those creators. The ones who have the technical abilities, that's when I flock to them. Is because I'm like, okay, I specifically want to learn how to do X, Y, and Z, right? And then, or I specifically want to learn about this and the origins of this, or like skin types and like how to tell. And but I think for everyday makeup content, I am content and happy that the space is more diverse and that there are people who are just hanging out, doing their makeup, and chitty-chatting like we are today. So I don't know, tell me, what are your opinions on hobbyists in the beauty space? And what kind of makeup videos do you prefer? Because for me, I like finding people with a similar type eye shape or a similar type complexion. And those are the people that I really gravitate towards in terms of consuming their product or like their content. Okay, we gotta do something with this lower lash line. What are we doing? I kind of want to do this one because I want to keep it light. But then the yellow is also calling me, and that could be a problem. I don't know. All right, let's do this purple. Let's go into peonies. But like, what are your thoughts on that? I know I'm kind of like rambling, or it may seem like I'm on a soapbox or a tirade, but I'm really not. I'm just genuinely curious because what I prefer is going to be different than maybe what you prefer. And I appreciate that there are enough creators now in the space where if you want that variation or if you want, then I think it's great. And I still enjoy the podcast. I think the Beautiful and Bothered is a great podcast. It's like full coverage for me. Like I do enjoy, I don't love content from either creator separately, but together they're how they like interact, I find to be very enjoyable. But yeah, I'm just curious. Like I still enjoy it, like I said, but it's almost like they're makeup snobs and they're a stereotype from, you know, from the bygone days of makeup before online was like a thing. I don't know. It just, there's something about it. I was watching the last episode and it struck a chord. All right, I kind of want to put more mascara. Here's the deal. I would like to wear lashes with this look, but I just don't want to bother with lashes today. Okay. Putting it on my lower lashes though, because I forgot to. And I didn't put a liner on my lower lash, but I brought that purple up close enough to my waterline that I think it's okay. I don't really think I need to. Lately, what I've been doing on my tight line, instead of using mascara, I don't feel like I successfully did that on my left lashes. Lately, instead of using mascara, or not mascara, like an eyeliner on my tight line, I've just been using some black from this one because I'm trying to hit pan. And I've just been using this with an angled brush and just tapping it into that space. And that, by the way, has been, it's a great hack if you're afraid of getting the pencil like close to your eye and you need something that's going to be a little bit easier. I feel like that worked beautifully. So that's what I've been doing this lately. But yeah, all right. I think the makeup's done. I think that's so. I love how my complexion looks. I love how this eye look came together. I think it works really well. I kind of want to deepen up this outer corner just a little bit more, and that's why I keep looking at it. I'm like, is it done though? Is it done? And the answer is like, I almost don't want it to be done. Like, I almost want to go into Concord Grapes right here. I'm going to go into let me rephrase. I'm going to go into Concord. I'm just using that same brush. I didn't even like wipe it off that I used for that blue. And I just kind of want to tap a little bit of that Concord Grape in the outer corner. See, just kind of like deepen it up just a little bit. I almost feel this Concord Grape shade, by the way, is gorgeous. I don't feel like I have anything else like this in my collection. It's a very, very deep purple, almost black. And I almost think it's blue based. But it just really is a beautiful shade. It's special in my collection. And that is saying something because I have a big collection, right? Like, look, just that little bit, just a little something, like just toss it up that way, you know, just, I don't know, it just looks really nice, I think. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, just needed a little bit of depth, I think. All right, my loves, thank you so much for being here. I know I just rambled on a bit today because that's in the mood that your girl is in. And I love your faces. I will catch you on the next ones. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And, you know, normally I'm like, oh, leave an emoji. But honestly, like, yeah, you do you. Leave an emoji if you want to leave an emoji. Otherwise, thanks for being here. And I appreciate you. And I will catch you on the next one. Tell me what you think of the eye look. You think it came out okay? I think I look Winter Wonderland kind of sexy. And I'm just going to run with that. So, okay, bye.